Hi, I'm Anita of my Juvenile podcast. I'm just looking at my clothes. I'm making sure I'm well prepared for you guys. Okay, so as I was saying, I'm Anita of my Juvenile podcast, and wherever you are in the world, I hope you're having a wonderful day. And if you're seeing this show for the very first time and you like the show, please subscribe, like, and share, and hit the notification bell so when an episode comes out, you'll be the first to know. Well, we saw Harry during the Diana Award. And basically, what the Diana Award is, God bless her heart, Princess Diana, there'll be no other. No matter how much people try to act and become Diana, there was only one and only one Diana, the Queen of all hearts. God bless her soul. Gone too soon. I know things would have been different had she been around, but God knows and God has a purpose for everything. So, the Diana Awards, let's get to know the Diana Award. And basically, the Diana Award, and I'm going to read this out to you guys because I want to make sure that I capture the essence of the Diana Award, and this is coming directly from Archwell Foundation. They posted something in celebration of the Diana Award. So the Diana Award, an organization established to honor Princess Diana, has acknowledged more than 180 exceptional young leaders who are making a positive impact in their communities. So 180 young leaders were recognized for 2023. These individuals aged 9 to 25, wow, as young as 9 years old, can make an impact on this world. Let's go back to Greta Van Sussberg. I can't remember her name. Greta Thunberg. Yes, that's her name. Greta Thunberg. Look at how young she was, and speaking about the environment. So young people, as old as 9 years old, can affect change in this world. So yes, so the individuals aged 9 to 25 are recognized for their social action and humanitarian efforts, carrying forward Princess Diana's belief in the potential of young people to change the world. This year's recipients came from 31 different countries. Wow, I didn't know that. I thought it was a British thing, to be honest with you. So every day I'm learning about Diana, about Harry, about Meghan. I do not know everything. Okay, and that's the reason why I tend to bring, things that are going on in the Sussex's world. I bring it in an educational format, meaning like I more present it in a teaching way, because I know not everybody knows everything. Okay, so recipients come from 31 different countries, all united in their commitment to creating a more equitable and inclusive global society. Recently, Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, joined alumni in Los Angeles for Conversations for Change, an in-person program aimed at bringing young people together to address social issues. During the event, Prince Harry surprised 4 Diana Award recipients by presenting them with their certificates. The gathering provided a platform for young humanitarians and activists from various parts of the world to discuss innovative approaches to fostering social change. The Duke actively participated in a session led by V. Kativu, or Kativu, a Legacy Award recipient, which focused on the inspirational work of alumni and recipients, as well as topics such as inequality and the online world. So V. Kativu or Kativu, it all depends on how you see it. She was the one that was with Harry, talking about, Diana's legacy and so on. So she was a co-presenter. And so was Harry's brother, not name him. He was also there. And yes, so this is what Harry said in honor of his mother and her legacy, and in amplifying the voices of these young people around the world. And he said, as we come together, I'm reminded of the profound belief my mother held in the transformative power of young people. She recognized their unique ability to challenge the status quo and push for a more inclusive and compassionate society. Her legacy continues to inspire and serve as an example of how to navigate the complexities of our world today. So Diana really believed that young people were going to be the change makers. The baton should be passed to them, and they're the visionaries. They're tomorrow's future. So if anybody can do it or know what is best for tomorrow, are the young people, and how to change the world for the better are young people. And Diana said it, and there's a reason why they have this award, carrying on, passing on the torch to these young individuals and acknowledging them, seeing them, hearing them, and amplifying their voices for all the hard work that they're doing in their communities. Bravo and congratulations to all of the winners. Cannot believe it. 35 countries around the world. Why? Wow, this is really far-reaching. It's amazing. I wonder if some Caribbean people were there as well. I have to go and look into it a little deeper. Photos from the Dino Award website. I just put up these photos, and to see the diversity, and which concurs about the ages of these individuals, the very young looking children and the older adults there, as well as adolescents in the group right here. And I like the diversity in the crowd. People from all walks of life, different ethnic groups are being acknowledged and are working to improve the world that we're living. God knows, with all the adversities, even with the ruling from the Supreme Court on affirmative action, it's going to take the young people to really bring about the changes that we want to see in this world. Wow. So, so that was beautiful, and it was nice to see Harry in good spirits, talking about his mom, and, excited about, these change makers and so on. So, as I said, don't count the Sussexes out at all. They're working behind the scenes. They're very busy, I'm sure, with 2 children and all the other things that they're doing behind the scenes. So I have faith in them, and I know that they're going to come out victorious at the end of the day. So, guys, chin up. So let's move on to the Sovereign Grant Report, and just a little tidbit on what it is exactly. So the Sovereign Grant is an annual sum of money provided by the UK government to support the official duties and expenses of the British monarchy. And the Sovereign Grant is calculated as a percentage of the Crown Estate's profits, specifically 25% of the surplus generated in the previous financial year. The remaining 75% of the surplus goes to the UK Treasury. It's a little bit, I don't know. Are they saying that 25% of all the funds coming from the Crown Estate goes towards the monarchy and 75% goes towards the treasury of the United Kingdom? I have some questions about that. I'm going to further look into that a little more because I could see if this is the case, why it would be in the interest of the government to hold on to that monarchy. I know there's a lot to this monarchy, why the British people or even the government itself is shielding. I don't know what about them that that makes them appear like they're above the law, or that they can live off poor people and there are no consequences. Just asking, just saying. mm, but even though they've been around for 1,000 years, as I said, nothing in this world lasts forever. Now, in the reporting of the sovereign grant, they normally break it down into, individual components. And one of them that, caught my attention is that Edward Young, he got $180,000 after leaving King Charles' household earlier this year. Now, I don't know if that's a severance pay or if that is hush money, but I know he knows a lot. One point, he worked for, Queenie. He worked for her, and then after, I think, when their offices merged, he also had a little short stint with Charles as well. So I don't know why he would be entitled to $180,000. Is that a send off for being quiet? Who knows? But he's the same person that came between Harry and the Queen as well. I see the Queen, his grandmother, because you have to put it that way, because somebody listening for the first time would be like the Queen, but that's Harry's grandmother. This is the person that has been there for him. This is the person that he looks up to. This is the person that he has a very close bond with. The only, I think, parental figure that has been in Harry's life since his mother passed. And Edward Young had interfered with Harry's security. He's the one, I believe, that, sort of like, came between, or he was the in-between that prevented Harry from, retaining his security. As I said in the past, Harry did not ask to be born. He was not asked to be a prince. He was born one, and he should be protected as a result. But these people are heartless, and they're being paid to be the type of people they are. Well, also too, it appears that the royal family, as usual, they have spent more money than they're taking in. And every time they do that, the money has to come from somewhere. So this year, 2023, it seems like they spent $148 million. And that went up from the previous year by $27 million. I don't know what the royal family is doing other than showing up at different charity organizations, and just listening to people talk and waving. That's all they do. They bring nothing to the table. So I don't know why every year the monies have to go up and up and up. But this year, it's no difference from the years past. And yeah, and what is interesting here is that William, who, also right now, I'm not too sure of whether he's getting taxpayers funding, but I know he did get a lofty sum, about $8 million from the Duchy estate. So these people are living large. They get to live in palaces. They get to inherit millions of dollars, all of poor people. And one of the things that the royal family said that they were going to try to do was increase the number of different ethnic groups working for the monarchy. So they said they wanted to have a diversity of 10%, but they fall short of that. They came close to it, they got to be 9.7%. But just imagine, England is, a diversified island, and you're telling me out of the number of people that the royal family hires, only 10% are of different ethnic groups. I'm not talking about just black, almost 10% is 9.7%. I'm not talking about blacks. I'm talking about Middle Eastern people. I'm talking about different ethnic groups, Indians, what have you. And only 9.7% of the staff, the 100% of their staff is diversified. They need to do better. And it's long overdue. This institution has been around for 1,000 years, so they need to do better. So they're saying they've set a goal for themselves, and they said that by 2025, their goal is to be 14% diversified in terms of the monarchy's staff. Let's see if they reach that target. We shall see. So, wow, as I said, the Duchy of Cornwall, they, William, who has inherited it, and it seems like they just keep passing things on to themselves. He inherited it from Charles, and he was able to get $7.5 million from it, and it brought in $30 million. So they put aside $8.5 million and for operational expenses. I don't know where the rest is going, but we shall see. Being a member of the royal family is very lucrative, it appears. Now, Omid Scobie's, I keep calling him Scoobies. No, Omid Scobie's book, End Game, is coming, and it says inside the royal family and the monarchy's fight for survival. That's the title of it, End Game, and it is supposed to drop on November 21st, 2023. It was supposed to come in August, but they said that Omid wanted to include things in it, such as the I think Charles's coronation and so on. So it has been pushed back to November 21st, 2023. And they said here, Omid Scobie, I keep calling him, Scobie. Omid Scobie has announced his upcoming book titled Endgame, which aims to provide an impartial and comprehensive look at the royal family. Yes, time for some impartial reporting on the royal family, because for a long time, and even in our current environment that we're in, we're seeing that the reporting on the royal family is very partial. Harry and Meghan are subjected to all types of reporting, unfair reporting, and they go into the nitty-gritty of their businesses and what have you, but we don't see the same thing for members of the British monarchy. And Scobie is hoping to do that, and I'm looking forward to his book. I think it's going to pick up right where Harry's book left off. Scobie promises to highlight both the positive and negative schedule aspects, shedding light on moments that the monarchy should be ashamed of. By examining the successes and failures, the book seeks to question the relevance and role of the monarchy in modern Britain. What would be its relevance? It serves no purpose, period. And what is its role other than just showing up at charitable organizations? But I had heard Omid said at one point that the royal family, um, you know, the monarch is a big business in England, and maybe he's going to delve into that. Um, yes, it seeks to question the relevance and role of the monarchy in modern Britain. Endgame is set to be released on November 21st, 2023. Looking forward to Omid's book. So remember Jeremy Clarkson, that nasty man, misogynist? Well, thank God for the Sussex Squad. We went after him and complaints were made. I think thousands, tens of thousands of complaints, more than any other complaints in history since they've had this IPSO, the Independent Press Standards Organization, and they put their foot to the fire, literally. If it wasn't for people who are watching and members of the Sussex Squad, they would have totally ignored Jeremy Clarkson and carried on. So they said here in a report I saw in an article, says the Independent Press Standards Organization, the IPSO, has determined that Jeremy Clarkson's controversial column in The Sun, expressing his strong dislike for Meghan, breached the editor's code of practice. He definitely breached the editor's code of practice. It was a vile article. It talked about seeing Meghan walking through or being paraded through the streets of England where feces are being tossed at her. And not only would she be parading through the streets, but she would be naked. That is so vile. It boils my blood just to think about it. But anyways, the Independent Press Standard Organization said he breached the editor's code of practice. The article, which contained discriminatory and degrading language, prompted a record-breaking number of complaints. The IPSO concluded that the breach of Clause 12, that's discrimination, was at the more serious end of the spectrum due to its vivid and humiliating imagery targeting Meghan, as I just explained, that she'd be walking or being paraded around the streets of London and feces would be tossed at her. The Sun is now required, here's their punishment. They are required to prominently display the abjudication on its front page. So they have to, I don't know how it's going to be, but they have to, on their front page, I hope it is broad and clear, not some little box, say exactly what the Independent Press Standards Organization concluded. So they have to say, so definitely there was discrimination in their reporting, and it breached the clause. It's a breach of Clause 12. So I still think Jeremy Clarkson is working for the Sun, and he's gonna get away like everybody else in the United Kingdom in their media with saying things about Meghan and there not being any consequences. the usual, typical. So they're gonna do their little thing and they're just gonna carry on. So we know that Meghan and Netflix, and not Netflix, Spotify has mutually agreed to go separate ways. Um, Best believe that we will see archetypes on another platform or presented in a different way or a different medium. Now, what with all of these negative reportings, Netflix came out and they said that they're happy with, their relationship with Harry and Meghan. They're happy with the collaboration. Remember, the Harry and Meghan's docu-series was a hit. Definitely made a lot of money for Netflix, and there are a lot of things on the table, such as the Heart of the Invictus. So that is due. There's a lot of, sorry, I stood up because my battery ran out in my camera. Okay, just when I was almost finished, the battery ran out. But anyways, I'm just gonna continue with what I was saying. That let me pull this chair up a little higher, this cushion. Um, that Netflix, they said that they're certainly happy with the collaboration between the Sussexes, and they're very satisfied with the couple's work. So there's this in he who laughs last laughs the best. So at the end of the day, the Sussexes are winners and they're going to come out victorious. All is well with them. They are thriving. They are working. Remember, Meghan signed with this huge talent agency, and I know there's a lot on the table, and people are going to be sticking their heels in the ground. They're going to be cursing their mothers. They're going to be cursing whoever when Harry and Meghan announces their next hit. Because when you wish people bad, God continues to bless them. Okay? And Harry and Meghan, they've always been doing good in the world. So I strongly believe God is going to continue to bless them and knock down their enemies one by one. Mark my words. Oh, child, that's why I said the show was almost over when my camera batteries chose to fail. Now, William was at some nightclub. I think the nightclub is called Coco. I think that's what it is called. But can you imagine William at a nightclub? William looks like he has two left foot. What is William doing at a nightclub? For some reason, I don't see William at a nightclub. He comes across as boring, dry. Ugh. But anyways, he had a beer in his hand, and I guess he wanted to run away from Kate. So there he was with his old friends, Guy Pelly, and some Healy guy or Neely guy, who knows. Can't imagine who William friends are. Boring like him. But what struck me about that story about William being at a nightclub, if it was Harry that dared to go out there, it wouldn't have what the press would not have said. They would have said everything about Harry. And here, William is going about clubbing, and everybody looks at it as cool. You see the double standard here? there is truly a double standard. But there's going to be a day of reckoning for the royal family and the media. Eventually, they will turn on William, Kate, Charles, and Camilla. Camilla is the person that is feeding. She and Catherine is feeding all of that nonsense, or cheering on those people out there in the UK press to go after Harry and Meghan. She wants revenge. She wants it so bad, you know, because Harry called her out in his book. So their day is coming. Every dog has its day. But anyways, I hope I didn't take too much of your time today. And as I said, if you're seeing the show for the very first time and you like the show, please subscribe, like, and share, and hit the notification bell so when an episode comes out, you'll be the first to know. And guys, don't forget, I haven't given up on my live shows. I'm working on that. Nothing is going to keep me down. I'm like Meghan. When one door closed, I look for other doors that are open because they're always open. Okay? So Spotify is gone. There are lots of other platforms that Meghan can bring her show on. So don't worry. And if I'm like a fighter, and I know Meghan is a fighter, she didn't get to this far in Hollywood as a woman and a biracial woman if she wasn't a fighter. Okay? So, guys, bye and take care of yourself. Okay?